Las Vegas and the Chargers teeing it up 4:05 p.m. out on the West Coast, 467, 468 on the rotation. 6 out of every 10 tickets here coming in on Las Vegas. Opening line for the total, 52.5. Now we're seeing 51.5 across the board, which is kind of interesting that number is dipping a little bit lower. But here's also what's interesting, and I completely agree with. A light 3 came out at SBRodds.com offshore Pinnacle, -3, +105, +100. And that's dipped all the way down to even some places like William Hill now showing a pick'em. I like the Raiders. I like what they can do. And you look at the score last week, it doesn't tell the whole picture. Hey, 16-6, they go, no, you beat Cleveland, this and that. But the fact that John Gruden was willing to sacrifice his love of the passing game and quarterbacks to say, I have a workhorse running back. I'm going to lean on him, and we're going to roll the dice, and came up aces. That's wonderful stuff, because now instead of going into a 40-mile-an-hour wind gust, you're going into a dome and on turf, and now you can get Ruggs back in. You can get those offensive weapons on the outside. Your tight end Waller going, and along with play action outside of Josh Jacobs, it can really work. And the one thing that you're seeing from the Chargers now is how delicate that football team is, because they should be having a sensational year gearing up for a playoff run, but they can't hold 3 touchdown leads. So no matter what the young kid does on offense, Justin Herbert, it doesn't seem to be playing out. You trade away one of your top-level secondary guys, and as I like to say, Kyle, the white flag in the locker room. You're not adding pieces to get the team energized. You're taking them away, basically saying, well, we don't have a shot to do anything, so if somebody wants some of our players, come and get them here. I like the Las Vegas Raiders in this spot. I think they can win the game outright, and I also think we do get points. More likely to see this game played into the 20s than 24-17, something like that.
Oh, absolutely. And you mentioned Desmond King going, and then, you got Keenan Allen matched up against LaMarcus Joyner on the slot on the other side. There should be points on both sides. And I think the line movement is right, moving more towards the Raiders. I like the pick'em. This is going to be a close game. These are two teams. The Raiders certainly have a higher trajectory right now, but when you look at the Chargers, Justin Herbert has been an absolute find in the first round. I have to eat crow on that. I did not like the draft. I'm from Oregon. I'm not big on Oregon quarterbacks. One of the most beautiful deep balls you're going to see, and he and Keenan Allen seem to certainly have a rapport. The problem is you can't trust the Chargers to hold on to a lead, as you mentioned, and win a game. Well, you look at the Raiders, they're winning games they're supposed to win and actually winning some games they're not supposed to win. So I like the Raiders. Now it's out of pick 'em. I think I took the Raiders -1. Same damn thing. Very unlikely you're going to get those 1-point games. They happen occasionally. I think it's like 17% of the time or less than that where you get a 1-point game. So I like the Raiders. I just think they're better coached. I'm not sure Anthony Lynn has figured out the right way to get through to that Chargers team. I don't like that they're losing key pieces and now they're playing, some of these backups here in the slot, etc. One thing to keep an eye on, I guess, with Trent Brown did get released from the hospital. I'd be really surprised if he played this week. He's still listed as questionable. If he plays, that's a big addition because Joey Bosa right now is in concussion protocol and did not practice on Wednesday. That's a big loss for that Chargers defense. If you're not putting pressure on Derek Carr, and now you're relying on some of these secondary players where you've already shipped out your best slot corner, I think the Raiders win this football game. I do think it's a close game. I do think they get the points. I think you're right about the over. I like the over 51.5, but I will take the Raiders in this game. Just better all around. You saw the Chargers, too, try to go to Tremaine Pope as their key back last week. He's in concussion protocol now, so now they got to go back to Joshua Kelly or Justin Jackson. Justin Jackson, if you're playing fantasy, would probably be the running back I want there. But, I'll take the Raiders this week.
Yeah, they should be able to beat up on that Raiders defense too, but it just comes down to I trust Las Vegas more overall as a team than I do what the Chargers are doing. I think Vegas has a decent shot at getting to the playoffs. The Chargers don't. You can always say, it's a AFC West rival. We're always going to play hard. Sure, they're going to play hard, but when push comes to shove and you go out to a 10-point lead, are they just going like, oh my God, we're lost because we can't protect any leads? It'll be something to watch there, but